Hello everyone. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So we may be from the science background, we may be from the arts background, we may be from the humanities background, commerce background, or management background, whatever the background it may be. But the term which connects us and all the syntaxes of all various fields. So aligning all the syntaxes is happened only by research and innovation terminology. So down the line, if you verify the past 10-year statistics, so in India, this research and innovation is known only to the elite institutions or people who are working with the elite organizations. But now, all of us, no matter where we work or where we are connected or whatever the aspects we are involved in. So all the people are connected with this particular aspect of research and innovation in our work and throughout the life. So I'm here to highlight you about the requirements of attribute number 9 of NAAC for the matter of fact, and which is about to unveil in the couple of months, I guess, from the NAAC committee. So research and innovation outcomes comes under the attribute number 9 of the new matrix of NAAC. So there are 8 type of matrices are involved in this particular attribute, that is 9.1 to 9.8. So 9.1 is about external research grants or research grants which has been coming from the external organizations, that is applicable for all the entities, say for example university, autonomous colleges and affiliated colleges, though the scores are different for each category. Then 9.2 is about research publications. So that is also a matter of concern for all the three entities, universities, autonomous and affiliated. Research quality, it is a matter of concern for the university, autonomous colleges, whereas it is nowhere related to the affiliated colleges. Then PhDs, the matter of concern is about universities, and it is not applicable for autonomous, and somewhat it is applicable for the autonomous colleges also. Those colleges which are having the research guides, recognized research guides in their organizations, for them it is applicable, and it is not applicable for the affiliated colleges. And coming to the attribute matrix number 9.5, research fellowship, that is applicable for the universities, then not applicable for the other two entities, autonomous and affiliated colleges. Since the fellowship funding is a huge amount of budget, so they have exempted the autonomous and affiliated colleges. Then 9.6 matrix is about IPR produced, that is patents, trademarks, copyrights, geographical indications, okay, design patents and everything comes under this IPR produced. So this is applicable for all the three categories of institutions, university, autonomous and affiliated colleges. Then research collaboration. So as a colleges or as a university or state level universities, we don't have enough resources to carry out our research, so that we need government of India or the UGC in terms is allowing us, is encouraging us to collaborate with the well-known institutions of repute, so that we can use the resources and we can also learn many of the things from the particular MOU institutions. Then finally, the matrix number 9.8 is about number of student startups, that is applicable for every entity like universities, autonomous and affiliated colleges. Nowadays, every student wants a high package. That is not possible, high package placements. But that is not applicable with the current scenarios of job losses and everything. So government of India is particularly encouraging every student should be starting a startup, or everyone must be the entrepreneur in future. So that's the target where government of India is paying a special emphasis, and it is encouraging every student or every organizations to start its own startups or initiate its own startup. There are large majority of funding available in this particular category. So each by each, we will be each one matrix we will be elaborating here. So for the first one is 9.1 external research grants. The score for the autonomous institute is 20. Then here, what are the criteria we need to meet is number of externally funded research projects through government and non-government sources such as industry, corporate houses, international bodies. So for non-government grants, especially the grants which has been coming from the non-governmental organizations, so the grant should be above 5 lakhs. It should not be below the 5 lakhs. So we need to report the data from the last 3 years. Then we need to sum up all the total grants received from government, non-government sources such as industry, corporate houses, national and international bodies for research projects during the last 3 years. We need to list out. As a matter of fact, I'm here to just develop a culture of research inside our institute. So I'm just suggesting I will be circulating this particular grants which have been listed out here, government and non-government grants. so that you can go through the various callings of this particular fundings or funding opportunities available under various categories. So first, say for example, according to the stream, science stream, we have a government funding agencies like DST, Science and Engineering Research Board, Innovation Fellowships, then Technology Development Boards, then Climate Change Research Grants, then DBT we have, Council of Scientific Industrial Research, then ICMR we have, Indian Council of Medical Research for Agriculture people, ICAR also we have, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Ministry of Earth Sciences we have, Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, we have as a funding agency. From non-governmental sources for the science streams, we have a Tata Trust Science and Technology Grants, Infosys Foundation Science Research Grant, then Wellcome Trust DBT Alliance Grants, we can say. So then coming to the arts stream, we have a government funding agencies like ICHR, Indian Council of Social Science Research, ICSSR, Sahitya Academy, Ministry of Culture grants we have. Non-government grants in the arts streams include Tata Trust, Arts and Culture grants, India Foundation for the Arts, then Asia Arts Achieve grants, Raza Foundation we have. Then coming to the commerce stream, we have a government funding agencies like Ministry of Commerce and Industries, National Banking for Agriculture and Rural Development, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises we have, Niti Aayog we have. Then non-governmental sources for the common streams like Tata Trust, FICCI, that is Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries we have. Then CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry. Then Axis Bank Foundation we have. Then coming to the management stream, the funding organizations under government category is All India Council for Technical Education, AICTE, since management courses and MCA, Master of Computer Applications, are affiliated to the AICTE. Directly, we can go for the funding with the AICTE, then Indian Council of Social Science Research, ICSSR, then NITI Aayog, National Institute for Transformation India, Transforming India. So we can use their fundings, then Atal Innovation Mission. So this is also applicable for the AICT funded institutions. So we can use the grants. Then for the management category, non-government organizations, so the sources of funding are Tata Trust, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in India, Aditya Birla Group, CSR grants, then SBI Foundation for the management category. So some of the international grants are also have listed out here. Newton Baba Fund, UK and India Consortium, we can say. So this will also fund majority of all the different streams, science, technology, and social sciences also. Then European Union's Horizon Europe program, we have collaborative research. This will be encouraging more and more for the innovations in social sciences and industry. Then USAID India grant for development of research, healthcare, sustainability, and social impact. Then UNESCO India grant for arts, culture, education, and science projects. This will be giving a huge funding for that one. World Bank and UNDP India provide research funding for social development and economic growth. So these are all the various exhaustive, not exhaustive exactly, various funding agencies we can just go and hack for their funding opportunities. They will be calling regularly. So we need to look after their grants from which agency our particular research proposal is suitable, that we have to choose. So I may be helping with that research proposals if you are okay with that one. So these are the various grants categorized as per the government and non-government, and other grants like so same type of grants. How different agencies are funding, I have just listed down. Say, for example, for the science categories, so all the physical sciences, engineering, life sciences can be applying. DST, CSIR, DBT, ICMR, DRDO, then Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Department of Atomic Energy is also funding. Then Arts and Humanities and Social Sciences, we have a ICSSR, Major Research Project, Minor Research Project, Doctoral Fellowship, Postdoctoral Fellowships we have. Then Ministry of Culture, Sahitya Academy, National Council for Educational Research and Training, NCRT, NCRT, then Indian National Trust for Arts and Cultural Heritage, then Raza Foundation we have. For the Commerce University Grants Commission, they are funding through research projects for teachers and junior and senior research fellowships. We have National Stock Exchange for the commerce people, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the Reserve Bank of India, then ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accounts of India is also funding. Then for the management category, AICTE, ICSSR, then National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Developments, it is also funding. Then corporate social responsibility of various industries, we can approach them for the funding. Then Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, MSME also we can approach. But the huge funding is available from Government of India. So until unless we are submitting a quality projects, and quality publications and the profile we are building up. So these agencies will not accept our research proposals. We have to build our quality culture inside the campus. So then next coming to the next matrix is 9.2, which is the research publications. Here the score for the Autonomous Institute is 25. Then publication per teacher will be counted here. If there are 250 faculty working in the institute, if only 1 or 2 faculty are working, so that is not going to help us. So every faculty should publish at least 1 or 2 papers. At least if they cannot publish their papers in Web of Science or the Scopus Indexed Journals, they should contribute towards the conference proceedings. They can attend a good conferences where they can be publishing in good reputed conference proceedings, which are also indexed in Web of Science. Like Web of Science core collection is also having a conference proceeding citation index, CPCI. So those conferences which are listed out in the CPCI will be very much advantageous, and it will be counted as an external conference proceedings. So we can concentrate on that one. If you cannot go for the conferences also, no matter, you can write your book chapters. That is also can be published in external agencies, not the internal ISBN number, but we should be publishing it externally. So in the Web of Science core collection, one citation index is there, book citation index. So those books which are indexed in Scopus or the Web of Science book citation index, we can target on to that one. If you can publish, your research is well good, you can go on to submit for the Web of Science core collection journals, which are the highest quality rated journals across the country, not only country, across the world. Then next quality will coming to the Scopus. So we need to report number of books that are published by the faculty in various journals, book chapters, conference proceedings. We need to list out. And apart from that one, Government of India is paying a special emphasis on the Bharatiya Bhashas, Indian languages. Those books which has been translating from the other languages to Indian languages or playing a special emphasis on that one. That will also carry a huge weightage there. So we need to submit the links of papers published in journals, books, chapters, conference proceedings, and everything we need to submit. So nowadays, every journal is a digital journal, or everything is digitalized. We are also moving towards the paperless economy. So we need to give them all the links which are redirecting to that particular publication. So these are the aspects which are involved in this particular matrix 9.2 research publications. So connected to this one, there is another matrix that is called as a 9.3 research quality. Here the score for Autonomous Institute is 20. So here the quality publications will be only counted here. So until the previous NAAC, so what they counted is according to the UGC case. So since UGC care is a dynamic list, so it will be going on enhancing. So based on this particular abstracting and indexing services only. So rather than going blindly for the UGC care journals, we should concentrate on the quality. So the best quality and the first quality which is there according to the scientific world is the Web of Science core collection listed journals. So if any of the journal has been listed in the Web of Science, that is the ultimate quality. And next, if you want to go for the next quality, you can go for the Scopus journals. And no doubt you can just submit to the journals which are being in the UGC care journal. But the only concern is UGC, since UGC care is the dynamic list which is going on enhancing day by day. So the journal which is listed now will not be there in the next year. So that will be a clear concern for us. So better here, my idea is to concentrate more on the only on the Web of Science and moreover the Scopus journals, since we have to report the citation and H index only from these two databases only. Google Scholar is a universal database. So it will list out all the publications which have been come out on the web. So we need not to consider those citations. We have to consider only the Scopus and Web of Science based citations only to build up the quality aspects of this particular matrix. Then next, coming to how to control this quality. So to controlling this quality, there are two criteria. One is specific to individuals. As a scientist, as a teacher, I should be maintaining my own profiles. I should be maintaining my own quality. That is the responsibility of mine. Whereas organizations to specify some organization specific qualities or hierarchies, it should be specified. So I will be detailing in detail and showing my profiles which are there in the specific to individuals listed here. So what are the profiles as a scientist or a teacher I need to maintain here? So first profile I need to maintain is a Google Scholar profile I need to maintain as a scientist or a teacher. Then Scopus profile I have to maintain, ORCID ID, that is original researcher ID profile I have to maintain, Vidwan, as a teacher, it's a must and should to maintain Vidwan and ORCID ID profiles. Then ResearchGate for our research quality indication. Those people who are interested in our research will be just exploring our research papers, and it will be a quality citations which can lead to the quality citation. Then Researcher ID or Publons, which will be published by Clarivate Analytics, which is controlling the Web of Science score collection also. The company which is controlling the Web of Science score collection, that is Clarivate Analytics, that is also operating this researcher ID or Publons. You can also create your own profile. Those citations which are listed in the Web of Science will be clearly visible there. The LinkedIn profiles you can choose. Though LinkedIn is a professional social media site, we can use to leverage to any extent in a professional way. So we will be very much popularized whenever we are connecting, we are getting connected with someone who is popular in other fields. So those people, we need to connect with them so that we can be popularized. Then personal website that shows how your achievements will be listed down. What are your achievements? So whatever the achievements which we are keeping in our laptop, that will be not in a clear way. Why? Because somebody has to ask the data from us. Whereas when you list out all the achievements, all the educational qualifications and research papers in your personal website, that will be showing, showcasing your value to the world. So that's why I request everyone to be creating this personal websites. So that's a small thing. If you have a Gmail account, it will be very easy. Then official mail IDs, you can communicate all the important information or the notices through the official mail ID. So WhatsApp, we can have a different things. We can disappear the particular messages after some time, but in the official mail ID communication, all will be documented in a proper way. So all these profiles, how to create, I will be uploading in the next videos, how to create those profiles. So I will be just showing what are different profiles that I have created, I'm maintaining as a quality specific to the individual. As a matter of fact, my quality is in my own hand. So the first one, if you see, there's a Google Scholar profile. So here it will be created automatically and you can edit. You have an option to edit here also. So based on your particular Gmail account. So here every document which you have published will be listed out here. This will be very much advantageous people to search about you, to know about the quality of your research and to know about your statistics here. What are your citations all together and what are your citations in the last previous to the 5 years, then H index, H10 index. So all the statistics will be shown here. So this will be very much beneficial to know about the quality of your particular research. The next one is a Scopus profile, is also a one-stop solution to find out about the quality of your publications and citations which you are receiving. Here, if you see, this is the Scopus ID of mine, which has been synchronized with the ORCID ID. Original researcher ID, I have synchronized with that one. Those publications which are there in the ORCID will also be appeared in the Scopus, and those publications which are listed in the Scopus will be also synchronized with the ORCID. Vice versa, it will be happening there. If you connect both of these particular matrices. So here you can see H index, documents, citations, whatever you are receiving, list of your documents and everything you can see. This is also a one-stop solution for your research purpose and the quality indication purpose. Then ORCID ID. So this is a must and should for the general publications. The quality in the quality publications, we have to choose that one. So here, this is the ORCID ID. This is entirely the ORCID ID. If you see the public record, so this is how your profile will be visible to the external candidates or the other candidate, those who are having a link of your. So you can easily verify your emails, all the emails which you have worked in the previous organizations and everything. You can see what are the different profiles, personal websites, everything you can add, LinkedIn profile, the Scopus ID, you can add, synchronize all those things. So my request here is to create a biography of your own things. What are your achievements? What are your educational qualification? What are your experiences? What are the FTP programs or seminars? What are the reviews you have conducted? Everything you can list out here in the short biography. Then employment details you can include, all those things. Then educational qualifications you can include. So I will be making a clear video how to do all those things. If you find any difficulty there, then professional activities or the professional affiliations, if you have with any memberships with any organizations you can create. Then funding opportunity, funding projects which you have worked also you can list out here. Then works you have done, the publications which you have created will be automatically added to this particular ORCID ID, or otherwise you can also add them if they are not available. So these are all the works and reviews also which you have done as a gratitude to the scientific world for various journals. So it will be added by the journal itself. We need not to add that this will be added by the general editor itself or chief editor itself will be added. So like I have reviewed for the ACS applied nanomaterials, then elsewhere journals like chemical engineering, general advances, journal of Taiwan Institute of Chemical Engineers. So whatever the reviewer duties I have performed, that will be given credit by that particular general editors to us. So this will be useful to have a first decision on our paper, submitted paper by the general editor. So they will be looking at your profile first. What is your profile? What are the quality of your things which you are proposing? Then only the review process will begin. So first decision will always be involved due to your profile building. So this is the profile building tag. Then Vidwan portal. So if you create a Vidwan account, so in the InflibNet, so your profile will be visible and it will be beneficial for the students to look after what are your contents, and it will be giving a clear visibility to you. So this Vidwan profile will be largely used, and it is compulsory for us to prepare a website. So I request everyone to go through and create the Vidwan profile. In the next video, subsequent videos, I will be preparing a Vidwan profile. I will be highlighting you how to create a Vidwan profile, or you can also simply go through the series of steps which you have to perform. So it is not getting open, so I will be showing you later. Then ResearchGate profile. So to showcase your quality of research and to get the quality citations for your articles, you can easily create your ResearchGate profile, and you can list out all your publications, and you can add, it will be auto added whenever you publish something if you create a profile. So this is also a good quality matrix to showcase your publication things and to showcase your quality of study, educational qualifications and everything there. The next one is the researcher ID or Poblance ID. So this is directly the matrix that is being offered by the Web of Science. So the quality will be very, very good when you create a Web of Science Poblance account or the researcher ID accounts. So here, if you see, this is my researcher ID account, then this is connected to the ORCID. So synchronization between them can be easily made. So ORCID is a unique ID that is provided only to the single person. Okay. Earlier, there was an overlap between the same the person who are having similar names. So publications of similar names. So that's why. So ORCID ID is unique ID that is given to a particular person or a scientist. So all the publications will be directly connected to that one. We can synchronize between the researcher ID and the ORCID ID so that our documents, our reviews, 40 reviews I have performed, everything will be given credited here. It will be verified here. What are the citations you have received? Everything will be there in the researcher ID. So you can easily go and do that. Then LinkedIn profile, you can easily create a LinkedIn profile and you can showcase all the qualifications. People nowadays, the funding agencies or the government agencies, everyone is looking at the LinkedIn profile. Better to have a good LinkedIn profile where incorporating all the aspects about you, all the activities, whatever you're doing, then what are the experiences you possess, what are the qualifications, educational qualifications you possess, then what are the licenses you have, projects, skills, recommendations, everything, whatnot, you can keep anything. So those agencies which are conducting a probe on you can also look at into your primary profile of LinkedIn. So it is almost a compulsory thing now. So to have a LinkedIn profiles. Then next one is the personal website. If you have a Gmail account, easily you can create your personal website. I will, in the subsequent videos, I will be showing you how to create your own website so that it can be handy to keep out the data. So we need not to tell anybody that I have done so and so work. You can showcase your thing by just giving one link. So everybody can verify about you, what you are. Everything can be easily known when you create your own profile using your just simply a Gmail account. So all the things I have listed out, the primary page, which contains the recent news, updated news. I will be, whenever I publish some work, my friends or my co-team are working on something. Whenever they got some opportunity, I will be listing out here so that they can be having some moral and motivation thing inside that. Then about me as a third person, I have listed out here what are my qualities, achievements, what are my online videos, so that I can share a single link for everything. What are the scientific contributions I have done? Then reviewer to the general, I am acting this many reviewer to this many generals. Then departmental works, what I have done in the previous thing in NAAC. So everything I can showcase with the photos. Okay, for the autonomous and everything. Then what are the courses I have been offering here? So what are their YouTube links to offer to learn about the courses, how they can approach YouTube links also have given general subjects, what I'm teaching here, what are my research interest, and what is my graphical abstracts of each paper published and everything I have listed out here. So there are some tabs here. We can add n number of tabs. It need not to be a same hierarchy, but we can add anything. So academic backgrounds also we can add. We can add a small short biography about us, our qualifications, what are the qualifications we do possess, everything, publications, everything we can add. There's the publication tab. You can add all the links which leads to more learning about your things, general publications which you have done. So along with their general front pages also we can add, then book chapters, monograph, books, patents, list, everything we can. This will be a one-stop solution to collect all the data. So in the process of preparing the college website, we need not to have a huge volume to tell about our faculty. If our faculty is creating their own ORCID ID with one Google Sites and all the listed LinkedIn profiles, so the Google Scholar, Scopus, everything, we can just simply give a link and it will lead to your personal page. Why? Because the quality is controlled by the individual. Ourselves, we are controlling the quality. No third person is controlling. So that's why it will be very much advantageous for us to list out the quality. Then official mail ID we can use to communicate all the official things. That's also an indication of a good quality. Communication gaps will not be there whenever we are communicating through official mail IDs. Then these are all controlled by individuals. This is our responsibility to build up our profile, our research and teaching profile. So that's why it is at most important to create this, all the profiles. I request everyone to create that one. And organization specific profiles, how the organization can control. So organization can impose some restrictions by asking our faculty to publish only in Web of Science or the Scopus. Since I already said you, UGC CARE is the dynamic list. So that list will be keep on updating, changing. So the primary criteria for this UGC CARE is also from Web of Science and Scopus. So better the organization, we have to look for our organization guidelines, what they are specifying. They are allowing us to publish only Scopus listed journals, or they are allowing us to publish only Web of Science listed journals, or they are accepting any type of publication. So which will be controlled by organization. Then publisher specific, what publishers they are asking, journal specific, what type of uh, publishing things they are accepting. Okay, whether the particular thing we are submitting, particular article we are submitting, that falls under their jargon or not, it has to be satisfied by the journal. So these are the quality control hierarchy. So all these are the organization control, but this is controlled by the individual. As a faculty, I should be controlling this. I should be having all those things. So better to create all these profiles. Fine. So then next, abstracting and indexing services. So all these slides, throughout these slides, I'm calling about indexing and abstracting services. So what are these services? This is nothing but a library of quality. So whatever we are publishing, that will be listed down as a single directory. So the quality will be indicated by this abstracting and indexing services. So popular abstracting and indexing services are Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science, PubMed journals are there. So in that one, Google Scholar is a universal thing. Any matter you publish on the web, it will be appeared on the Google Scholar. Okay, but the after evaluating the quality of the journal or quality of the matter, so the Scopus and Web of Science databases will be incorporating the content into their particular abstracting and indexing services. And PubMed also a similar thing. So the highest quality is the Web of Science, and next quality comes to the Scopus. And listed directories like in India, like UGCK, Consortium for Academic and Research Ethics. So that is a dynamic, as I said. So better to go for the Web of Science such as Scopus Index journals here. These are called as abstracting and indexing services. Then Web of Science core collection. So popularly in across the world, the accepted notation for the scientific publication is the Web of Science core collection, highest quality. So the journals which has been accepted by any of these core collections will be having a impact factor. So only this first four collections will be having a impact factor. So this 2, 5, and 6 will not have a impact factors. Only they are the indication of a good quality publications in the conference and the book chapters or books. That's it. The first four, so especially for the science people, the journals which has been listed in the Science Citation Index expanded, SCIE. Earlier, it was a Science Citation Index. When the hard copy of the journal used to come, that time it was a SCI. So now everything is online. So that's why it is called as a SCI expanded, SCIE. Then for the social sciences and social sciences background people, so you should concentrate on the publications which has been listed in the social sciences citation index, SSCI. Then for the arts and humanities, you can see the journals which has been listed out in the arts and humanities citation index. Then the publications commonly known as the emerging source citation index, the journals which has been listed in ESCI should also be concentrated. Only after meeting a stringent specification, the journals which has been placed in the ESCI will be added to the SCI or SSCI or AHCI. Okay, after meeting a stringent evaluation process only. Otherwise, they will lose the impact factor. So that's why if a journal has been started now, to get a first impact factor, it will be taking around 5 years, 3 to 5 years it will be taking. After checking a quality for these many years only, the impact factor, genuine impact factor, will be awarded by the Clarivate Analytics company only when the journal is listed out in the Web of Science core collection of any of the first four Web of Science core collections, not in other core collections. Okay, so genuine impact factor will only be published by that one. Nowadays, we are seeing many impact factors has been published by many journals on their website only. They are listing some other impact factors. So genuine impact factor will only be given by Clarivate Analytics Web of Science. So every year it will be updating their impact factor. In the month of June, they will be publishing that one. Then journal or book publishers. So what are the different journals and book publishers are there? So publishers can be classified into two types based on their models. So first model is business model. If you consider the business model, the journals will be classified into two types: for profit and not for profit. As the name indicates, for profit will be looking for the profit oriented, and not for profit will be looking for only the cost of publication. So for-profit publications can also, further the publications can also be classified as the publishing model, based on the publishing model. Subscription-based model, open access or combined model. So subscription-based model means the author will pay. The communicator of the article will pay, the subscription-based model, what happens? The learner or the user of the article will be paying to read that particular publication. Whereas in the open access, the author will pay to freely let the reader can read easily. Okay, in the subscription-based model, the reader has to pay for reading the particular article. Author will not be having any cost. Whereas in the open access, author will be having a cost, bearing the cost, whereas the reader will not be having any cost. So freely available. So nowadays, freely available open access journals will be very costly. So that's why the projects which has been funded by the good reputed agencies will only go for the open access. Why? Because they have a huge funding so that they can list out their, they can pay their funding over there. Then there are other type of journals. So nowadays, special emphasis has been paying on the open access. So, but traditional subscription-based journals is usually getting converted to hybrid open access journals or hybrid subscription journals. So these are combined journals. So they will, depending on the author requirement, so they can either publish the article as a subscription or they can either publish the article as a open access. If author prefers and pays the money, it will be published as open access. If author prefers to go with the not to pay money, it will be published as a subscription. So that is called as a hybrid journal. And predatory journals, this we publish, this will give the list out the fake impact factors, fake indexing services and everything. We need not to talk much about them. So here for-profit organizations like Elsewhere, Springer, examples, Black Valley, Publicans, Valley, Sage, MDPA, and Taylor and Francis, everything will be coming under the for-profit. Whereas for the not-for-profit organization, there are two types of organization, that is societies, like example, American Chemical Society, Royal Society of Chemistry, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and other categories, university presses. So many good reputed universities, they will be having their own presses and they will be publishing the content for us free. So Oxford University Press, then Cambridge Press and University of Chicago Press. These are some of the examples I have listed out here. Can go through these presses. The journals which has been listed out in this presses also very good reputed journals. Then fourth matrix is 9.4 PhDs awarded, though that is not applicable for the autonomous institutions. Majority, those institutions which are having the full-time teachers with a guideship will also be coming under this particular matrix. So we need to have a number of PhDs awarded by the institutes and number of full-time teachers as eligible for the guides. We need to maintain a data. So if you are having any data, you can just submit that. The 9.4 matrix is the research fellowship. So this is also not applicable for our autonomous institutes and the affiliated colleges. Only this is a matter of concern for the universities. So here huge funding is required. So that's why the autonomous and affiliated colleges has been exempted from this one. Otherwise, if you want a good quality publications inside, we can also offer this junior research fellowship, senior research fellowships, or research associateship. So, but it will be costing hugely for us. Then 9.6 will be the matrix intellectual property. So what are the intellectual properties we are creating here? Say, for example, copyrights, trademarks, geographical indications, then contributing to the OER, that's open educational resources materials from the last 3 years also, we can easily list out here. We want this data here. So we have all the data from the last 3 years. So the future data of this intellectual property also we need to acquire from various faculties. So OER, so open educational resources sources, popularly we can create a YouTube videos or open access publications we can list out there. So all the e-copies of the certificates, patents granted or it has been published also, we need to maintain a data here. Then open educational resources like teachings, learnings, or research materials, whatever intentionally we create and license them for freely for the usage of a reader or user to own, share, and most cases they can modify that one. So that is called as a open educational resources. So as a matter of fact, I have created a YouTube videos and a playlist for them. So you can also use to create a playlist for them. Since we are teaching here, so all the videos which we are teachings, our lessons, everything can be recorded, or you can take a MS Teams videos and you can just put it on the YouTube videos and list out for each subject. So everything can be listed out here. Say, for example, I have been listing out here. So as a one, so this is the first lecture of the lesson. 1.1, second lecture, third, fourth. This is all from the first unit. Then from the second unit, you can start a directory as 2.1 like this. Okay, say for example, here second unit is being started. Second lecture, first lecture, second lecture, third lecture, all these things. So entire module can be easily created and it can be kept as an open resource for the students, of our students also, for the other students also easily we can match them. So these are the playlist open resources also we have to create as per the NAAC. So better to play a special emphasis on creating the YouTube videos. Students will be respecting us whenever we create a content openly rather than teaching in on the four walls, inside the four walls. So if we teach openly, so to go open, we have only resources of social media. So among them, the most popular is YouTube. So if we create the playlist, so that will be useful for our students also, for others also, so that our content will be popularized. Our academy can be popularized. Our institute can be popularized. Then 9.7 is the consultancy and training. So this is having a score of 10 for the autonomous institutions. Here, the number of consultancy projects which we undertake and the revenue generated per faculty, we need to report that one. All the faculty combinedly, we need to work in that one. So that's why it is a departmental concern. Every department has to work on this consultancy and training. Since department heads will have a control on their faculty, I request every departmental heads to look after these things, consultancy projects and revenues generated from the faculty, a number of consultancy projects they are going to undertake and what are the revenues generated. So you need to organize MDPs, management development programs, entrepreneurship development programs, EDPs, faculty development programs, workshops, training programs, and everything you need to organize and submit a data to the office. The number of training programs, everything we have to list. We need to have an audited statement of revenue generated and whatever the training imparted, everything fees collected will have to be listed out here. Then finally, we have a startup matrix. Currently it is ambiguous to have a 9.8 matrix that is still not clear. So we need to pay a special emphasis on creating the startups. So all these matrices will emphasizes the four aspects in conclusion. So what are them? So we need to give some inputs so that the process, the action can be taken somewhere and the outcomes can be clearly visible and impact can be clearly seen anywhere. So first is input. Here we are giving a new imagination. We are going to conduct a research. We are going to publish everything. We are working throughout that one. So the process which involves is the collaboration. We are doing research, conducting, writing, everything will be coming under the process. Then outcome is the publications, patents, participation, collaborative activities, translation works, and everything will be the outcome. And finally, what is the impact it is showing? A good reputation in the minds of our students as well as in the minds of the management and the eyes of every visible thing which we are doing. Then impact here is clearly increasing our citations, peer group recognition. We will be recognized among our peer group. Stakeholder impact, we will be having a clear impact. What sort of quality you possess, it will be clearly knowing by your peer group. Then better funding by of research by industries and other agencies can be easily easily you can go through that far. So thank you very much.